What is dark feminine energy? Dark feminine energy, encapsulated under 5 key themes, delves into the intricate and powerful aspects of femininity. 1. Mystery and intuition highlights the enigmatic and intuitive facets, valuing the unseen and the spiritually understood over the purely logical. 2. Transformation and renewal focuses on embracing life's cyclical changes and finding growth in adversity, symbolizing the dynamic nature of existence. 3. Emotional depth and complexity acknowledges the full emotional spectrum, including the darker shades, and the inherent complexity within, advocating for a holistic emotional acceptance. 4. Empowerment and independence stresses self-reliance and the courage to assert one's needs and boundaries, challenging conventional roles and seeking strength from within.
A lot of it is misinformation, and a perversion of what dark feminine energy is. There's the other community who are women who are into witchcraft, esoteric knowledge, right? Occult knowledge. It's mainly white women as well. They are more understanding, I believe, of what dark feminine energy really is. But there's just one thing missing. It's no surprise because these women are mostly white. You cannot talk about dark feminine energy and not mention the black woman. It is impossible. How can you talk about dark feminine and not talk about the original woman, the first woman, the woman that carries the genetic makeup of every human on this planet, the woman who birthed all nations on this planet? How can you talk about dark feminine energy and not mention her? That's dishonest. To know life and to know creation is to know the black woman. So you can't talk about this type of energy and not mention us. The black woman herself is the archetype. She is the dark feminine archetype, right? She is the complete representation of dark feminine energy.
Dark feminine energy is the key to becoming magnetic to men. And here are 5 very simple ways to integrate that energy into your everyday life. Number 1, your movements. She moves really slowly, right? Her voice has almost like a melody to it. She's never in a hurry. She holds strong eye contact with men because she knows she is worthy of everything she desires. And she never feels inclined to fill a pause of silence with words. Silence doesn't make her nervous. She stands in her power. 2, dark feminine energy comes out in your appearance. This is going to look different person to person depending on what makes you feel the most powerful. But for me specifically, it's when I wear heels. Something about that noise when I enter a room, everyone's heads turn to look at me. I feel so powerful. Another thing for me is having my nails done. It's a lot less about the way it looks and a lot more about the energy. Something about these just have. It's just like so powerful. Also be harnessing darker clothing. Red is also a great power color. Red lips could be another one. Do some reflection on what kind of attire makes you feel the most in your power, like villain era. 3 is your mindset. Dark feminine energy has the mindset, it is a privilege to be in my presence. A lot of times dark feminine energy gets this bad rap because dark feminine energy is threatening to the patriarchy. And that's why they pushed a lot of women into their light feminine energy growing up so that they were the nice girl because that was easier for them to control. But as an adult, you can shed those layers and step in to your dark feminine energy. You can do this via affirmations. A few of my favorites are, to be loved by me is a privilege. I deserve to be treated like a goddess. I am worthy and I deserve to feel good. Along with this is to stop seeking validation from other people. The dark feminine energy seeks validation from within. So next time you want to call your bestie to have her validate how you're feeling, instead, validate yourself. Tell yourself the thing that you're seeking that other person to tell you. Sometimes it can also help to create almost like an alter ego when you want to step into that energy, because sometimes you identify so strongly with the current version of yourself that the new version of you feels really scary and different. So sometimes, even by giving your alter ego another name, you feel more comfortable stepping into that energy because it no longer challenges your current identity. 4 is boundaries. How you feel about something is king. You do not have to explain yourself to anybody. I swear to God, you guys, I'm in my I said what I said era right now. And it is so effing freeing. 5, the last one, is to be mysterious. Leave something to the imagination, especially with men. When you say something, add a little smirk so they wonder, is there something more there? Why is she smirking like that? Another great tactic is to look up at men from under your lashes. Also, add into the conversation some puzzling comments that make people ruminate on you after the conversation because you didn't just give them an open book. Obvious people are boring. They're very ordinary. Secretive, mysterious people, they're rare. They're intriguing to others. Getting to know them almost feels like being let in on a secret. And then you feel special when you get let into their world. If you found these tips helpful, be sure to schedule a one-on-one with me via the link in my bio.
RSVP, are you gonna be there with me? Let's eat, y'all, let's eat, y'all. Let's see if you can keep up with the beat, y'all. Take a seat, y'all, time to feast, y'all. Then let's see what you can fucking do for me, y'all. Crab legs, duck eggs, bon appetit, y'all. And another round of drinks, can't even speak, though. Can't keep my eyes off this bitch's cheeks, huh? And I thought I saw a work, was that for me, y'all. RSVP, are you gonna be there with me? RSVP, are you?
Traveling, I only stop at exits, wondering if I'll stay. Young and restless, living this way, I stressless. I want you pull away when the dream dies. Pain sets in and I don't cry. I only feel gravity and I wonder why.
Made of rubber and metal. And you're right in my vessel. You're the nightly affliction. The hardest addiction. So high, so high, so high.
Certain women just have an aura about them that just makes you want to take care of her.
So, feminine aura or feminine energy is what he's talking about. He's talking about this woman that just naturally wants you, just naturally makes you want to do for her, right? That's because she's resting in her feminine energy, or a characteristic of feminine energy, which is receiving or receptivity. When you as a woman rest in receiving and in that receiving energy, then you naturally attract the giving man, the provider man. There's nothing that you have to do. You don't have to wear pink. You don't have to get dolled up. You don't have to wear heels. You don't have to sit at the hotel bar to attract the provider man. The provider man is there because of your aura, because of that receiving aura. The one thing that I think that a lot of us, especially Black women, have a problem with resting in our feminine energy is we have a problem with relinquishing control. We have to be in control of all the things. We have to be in control of our children, our partners, every area of our life. We have to be in control, and control is actually a very masculine trait. So until you're willing to give up control, you're not ever going to rest in your feminine energy. So if you are a woman and you have a problem attracting men who are providers, attracting men who are natural givers, because a man who's resting in his masculine is naturally going to be a giver, because that is a masculine trait. If you have a problem attracting men like that, what does your control look like in your life? And then how do you change that? How do you learn how to relinquish control and just learn how to go with the flow a little bit more?
Invite me to dinner, Frank.
What? Would you like to have dinner?
Women don't like questions.
Join me for dinner.
Too demanding.
Join me for dinner?
Another question.
I'm having dinner. If you'd care to join me.